877-600-4264.
The stocks discussed on Phil's Gang are not in any way a recommendation or solicitation to buy, sell, or hold. If considering acting on information presented, we first recommend you seek out a competent, licensed professional for advice. Get ready for the radio show that tells you what Wall Street doesn't want you to know.
Oh, I'm a money magnet. Money's coming to me. Money sets me free. I'm a money magnet. Money's coming to me.
It's your daily dose of how to manage your money. And now it's time for Phil's Gang on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. With your host, Phil Grandy.
And welcome to Phil's Gang. You know, last week, and in fact the week before, I warned everybody. I said, if you're addicted to Apple and Microsoft and all these tech stocks, I said, this is free. You don't even join the gang. This is free. Do not buy Apple or Microsoft or get in or add to Apple or Microsoft or any of your tech stocks, but especially Apple and Microsoft, because everybody's addicted to those two, unless the Qs pass its test. And if you recall, I said, you want to make sure that the Qs, that's the NASDAQ 100, the best top 100 NASDAQ stocks, okay, tech stocks. I said you want to make sure that it can get above 365, okay, 365 on the Qs. If you have a mobile device, you can see it. I got my chart up now, 365. And I said, but it's not just good enough to get above 365. You got to have better than average volume, and it's got to hold for a solid week. Well, it didn't do that. Got above 365, and then it pulled all the way back again to a low of 360. And then today she's back up to 365 barely, 365.37. But now it's at a point that's a real problem, because the yields which drive big tech stocks like Apple and Microsoft, that push those stocks up for you to make money, you got to have the yields or the interest rate yields, bond rates, drop. And they were as high as 172 basis points in April. And then they've been recently going between 118 and, let's say, 135. Then they dropped one time last week to 118. And on that day, GDP, or on that day it dropped 118, the yields. The big tech stocks, especially Microsoft, especially Apple, they should have taken off, made new highs, been roaring when they dropped from, I think it was 135 basis point down to 118. Because remember, dropping those yields is like fuel. It's like jet fuel. And it dropped down to 118. They started up the rocket, and boom, nothing happened. Didn't go up. And if you recall, the next day, the market ran up. Remember that day, the market dropped like 700 points, closed down 700 points. Next day, we open up, market's up, goes up 500 points. And the yield, again, is low, but the tech stocks aren't working. They weren't taking off. In fact, what happened is the bank stocks, all of a sudden the yield shot from 118 basis points up to 135 basis points, which is great for banks. Remember, low yields, you want to be in the tech stocks. High yields, you want to be in the banks. Those two are always fighting for leadership. But last week, something unusual happened. When the yields were down to 118, they didn't take off. Big tech didn't take off. And then when the yields went up to 135 basis points, thinking the banks are going to take leadership, they didn't take off. So here we are again today. And I warned you. I said, don't be buying these stocks. And I warned the tourist, what I call the tourist investor. Who's the tourist investor? They're the people that have not been in this market at all. And also now they get in because they're listening to the fake business news network, those clowns, and they're telling everybody, buy the pullback, buy the big tech on the pullback, buy big tech on the pullback. And they think they're going to miss it. They're going to think, wow, I better get in now. Now I'm going to be a millionaire. They didn't get in 2008, and they didn't get in 2013 or 2015 when after, think about this, 2013, a year before that, the Federal Reserve, to push these big tech stocks up, they would push the S&P, because remember, 6 stocks push up 500 stocks. They printed, now don't forget this, they printed $29 trillion in 2012 to push this big tech stocks, these 6 tech stocks up, to push those up, to push the S&P. $29 trillion. What are you, nuts? And now they're still having a problem breaking out. $29 trillion. So I'm going to tell you again today that if you're in Apple or Microsoft or you're addicted to any of the tech stocks, I'm warning you, do not add to your position, okay, unless you can get the Qs to get to 370 now. They got to hold 365, but that's not going to be good enough. Not after what we're seeing today when the yields are down below 100. I think the yields went a low of, I'll check, but I think it was below 118. 113, and you know what? At 113, you know what Microsoft should be doing, or Apple? At 113, Apple should be at 150. It's sitting here at 146. Hasn't moved. Remember, hasn't even beat the high of July 15th. Here we are, August 2nd, and with yields down that low, below 118 basis point, it can't make a new high. Microsoft can't make a new high either. Are you kidding? That tells you something's wrong. So again, don't be crazy. Don't be foolish. If you're in these big tech stocks, check with your Google for the Qs and make sure they hit 370. Google hits 370 before you get back into your beloved Microsoft and Apple and all the others, okay? Or otherwise you're going to get killed. So now the other thing that's interesting, the bank stocks, we're going to have to watch those, because now what they're going to do tomorrow morning, they're going to push the yields back up to see if they can get the bank stocks to go up. So they're going to just artificially push right now they're artificially dropping yields down. Remember, our stock market is financially engineered. So they're going to try tomorrow morning, if the big tech stocks didn't work, with yields drop below 118, you watch tomorrow morning, they're going to push the yields back up to 125, 130 tomorrow morning or the next day to try to get the bank stocks to take lead. And if they don't take lead like last week, the same thing happened last week, then you know we're heading closer and closer towards a correction. But you know, I love these people on these fake business news networks. Here they came out again, and they say this garbage.
I think we're still being validated by our overweight to the U.S. equity market, our overweight to credit versus government bonds, and the pro-cyclical trade. We're keeping an eye on the U.S. consumer. Melissa, you could make the case right now that the U.S. consumer has never been as strong as they are today. We saw that in last week's GDP number. We see that with high savings rates. We see that with low interest rates. We see that with higher stock markets. Also,
okay, let's go through that. He said, boy, they're strong. They're strong. The consumer is really strong. We've never seen them so strong. And he says he can confirm it. Never been this strong. Well, first of all, let's talk about his GDP. He's talking about the GDP number last week. Came out at 8%. But here's what he didn't explain. He didn't say the quarterly number. He gives you the anticipated 8% annually. He should have gave you the quarter, which was 2%, not 8%. But he makes everybody believe it's 8% the first quarter, second quarter. No, it's not. It's 2%. It's doing terrible. It's weak. It's terrible. At 2% coming off such a low? What are you, nuts? More when I get back on these phonies on the fake business news network. Don't pay attention to them. Pay attention to your chart. My chart. Phil's Gang Time.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
When the market's open, we watch the market all day long. And when we see there's an opportunity for a stock, and it's a stock that we've been following, there's a lot of stocks we put on our watch list, and it has to hit a certain criteria. Then when it does, we alert you. You immediately get an alert that says, we bought this stock, X stock, at $30. So you get an alert immediately. What's better than that? I mean, nobody does that for you. But the most important thing, they'll say, okay, here's why we're getting out now, or here's why we're taking profits. I think it's going to go down. Look, the most important thing is this. I want you to be prepared for when the market does tank or rally, that you're with us, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG. Join my gang right now, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG, and you'll be in position, and you'll sleep at night. You don't have to worry.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264. With the philsgang.com membership, we bring investors right to the floor, into the pits with Phil's daily live webinar classroom. Get inside market guidance on investing strategies. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Don't have time to analyze and study stocks? At philsgang.com, we recognize that there are all types of investors, and we also recognize that your time is valuable. So we offer investing programs for all individuals. We offer investing programs for long-term and short-term positions. And philsgang.com provides quick and easy to understand investing videos that only take a few minutes to watch. With the philsgang.com investing programs, you will learn technical stock charting, how to execute your trades, and most importantly, you will gain the confidence to know when to get out of a stock and take profits. Sign up at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or give them a call, 877-600-GANG.
I've been a Phil's Gang member since 2014. Over that time, I've generated over six-figure profits. Following Phil, his charting system has really been a huge impact on my career and my life. I would recommend Phil's Gang to the mom and pop out there. I would recommend it to parents teaching their children. I would recommend it to grandparents. If you really trust in their system, you will do well.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264.
At St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, we're fighting against childhood cancer every day. At the heart of this battle are our donors.
Most of us want to make some type of difference in the lives of others. St. Jude does miraculous work.
The fact that no one has to pay, it's a place where everyone is treated as an equal.
Everybody is welcome here, and it doesn't matter your religion or what part of the world you're from, all that is taken away. It just gives you some hope.
It's just a nice feeling to put your energy into something that really does genuinely make a difference in a child's life.
There's just no greater gift. If we have the ability to help, then we have a responsibility to help.
Finding cures, saving children. St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Find out how you can help at stjude.org.
Short on time but want to invest in the stock market? Let philsgang.com help you. For only $39.95 a month, you get complete access to all of Phil's powerful investing programs, videos, and resources.
That works for me. Log in, watch the videos, and make profits.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. philsgang.com.
Hi, I'm Phil Grain at philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up. It never comes down. It keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. That's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now are the worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days.
Welcome back. Learn, invest, and make profits with Phil Grandy. Simply go to philsgang.com. Now, here's Phil.
The U.S. consumer has never been as strong.
I think the economy's in great shape. I think the stock market's in great shape. You spend trillions of dollars and plan on doubling down again with an outrageous $3.5 trillion plan. Inflation will rage like putting gasoline on a fire.
Oh, really? That's true. You know what's amazing? The stock market's so easy. They make it too complicated. They're right about one thing. If all you do is print money, give you an example. Remember, in 2012, they printed $29 trillion because the economy was doing so poor. So they took the $29 trillion and they increased the money supply by $29 trillion. They increased the money supply by $29 trillion. You know, when they increased the money supply by $29 trillion, and they use it as a stimulus, and when our economy, remember, is on life support, that's why they do that. It's been on life support since 2008 because they never fixed the economy. All they've been doing since 2008 is that, printing money, and all the money goes one place. No longer does it go to businesses where the CEO takes the money and puts it plows it back into his business for business investment to help the worker produce more, where the worker gets higher wages, higher savings, which again they use for spending, which is 72% of GDP. No more does that happen. Remember, all this printed money, which creates this massive inflation, it all funnels its way to one place, the financial sector, Wall Street. And then to what? Pushing up 6 big stocks, you know them all, which are attached to the S&P like a rocket ship, like fuel for a rocket ship. This is all they've been doing. And it's been so easy to make money. I don't know what people are going to do when this stops. Now, how much longer is this going to happen? Because remember what they're doing. That's the $29 trillion. That was back into, first of all, remember, $3 trillion they printed in 2008. $29 trillion they added in 2012. Now, this crisis from March or February 2020 to March of 2020, 31% crash. And it was a crash. It was a bigger crash than 2008, but they played it down. Much bigger crash than 2008. But they didn't want you to know that. So what they do? Print money. Print money again. And where'd the money go? Not to Main Street. They don't care about Main Street. It went into the financial sector to push Facebook, Google, Amazon, Netflix, Microsoft, Apple, and Tesla. That pushes up the whole S&P 500. The other companies don't even have to make money. They don't even have to make money. And this is what we've been doing. And the 1 percentile who have all the stock are making a fortune. So easy. How do you don't fight that? You just, all you had to do is buy the S&P. If you just bought the S&P since 2008, or even if you bought the S&P since, let's say, March or April of 2020 to March of 2000, you would have made 113% return. That's how easy this market is. Now we're coming towards the end, though. Why? Because you have what we call inflation. And you see, every time that the market, the economy weakens, remember what we're supposed to do. The Federal Reserve, when the economy weakens, the golden rule and the mandate is never, when the economy's weakened, increase your money supply. They never did that before 2008. Never. Why? Well, because if you increase your money supply in an economy that's going down, remember, when an economy goes down, just like what happened between February of 2020 and March of 2020, we lost 22 million people in our workforce. If you have 22 million people less in your workforce, that means you're producing a lot less goods. So if you print money and increase the money in your system, if you pump money into your system, increase your money supply, that becomes a big problem. Because people now have more money and they go spend it, but they're spending it on fewer goods. That's crazy, because when they spend it on fewer goods, there's too much money chasing too few goods, so naturally prices go up, but wages aren't going up. So who does it benefit? Why would they do that? Think about that. Why would they do that? Why would the Federal Reserve, knowing if the economy is bad and you lose 22 million people working, they're not producing as many goods, why would you then print more money, plow it in, the people have more money to spend, but there's far less goods, and common sense tells you the price of those goods would go up. That's called inflation. That's not managing anything well. In fact, if you go and take a look at the bylaws of the Senate and House banking committees, that's a no-no. Because their job, even though they don't have any authority over the Federal Reserve, is to monitor them to make sure our economy's on a sound footing. Well, your economy's not on a sound footing if you print money and increase your money supply, and people aren't producing as much. Of course, everything's going to go up in price. Well, wait a minute. The job of the Senate, House, and banking committees to make sure that doesn't happen. But they can't stop them. They don't have any authority. But that's their job, to keep us on a sound footing. But they didn't. And they know it's bad. The people who run the Senate and House banking committee, they know that's not good. I mean, for heaven's sake, that's like you had 55 boats out there. Okay, you're in a marina, and you're selling 55 boats. Now you're down to 10. And you had 200 boat makers. Now you're down to 10 boat makers. And all you got is, let's say, 10 boats left. Now you're going to put into the market all this money. You're going to increase the money supply by 20 million. Well, you got 20 million chasing just 10 boats? Of course the prices are going to go up, right? Does that sound like good management? No. But why do they do that? I'll tell you when I get back. Join my gang. Free for 10 days.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
When the market's open, we watch the market all day long. And when we see there's an opportunity for a stock, and it's a stock that we've been following, there's a lot of stocks we put on our watch list, and it has to hit a certain criteria. Then when it does, we alert you. You immediately get an alert. It says, we bought this stock, X stock, at $30. So you get an alert immediately. What's better than that? I mean, nobody does that for you. But the most important thing, they'll say, okay, here's why we're getting out now, or here's why we're taking profits. I think it's going to go down. Look, the most important thing is this. I want you to be prepared for when the market does tank or rally, that you're with us, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG. Join my gang right now, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG, and you'll be in position, and you'll sleep at night. You don't have to worry.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
Remember, when this market crashed in 2009, it should have never crashed, because the chairperson of these two committees, their job was to protect protect consumers, protect our investments, and they're supposed to ensure that our investments are being monitored. Where were they in 2009 and 2008? They weren't anywhere because they don't do that. They take care of themselves. They protect themselves. They become richer. So you can't depend on these crooks in Congress. The stock market is a great place to be, but you just got to know this is a different market than your grandfather's market. So why don't you, for 30 days, join my gang, 877-600-GANG, try it for 30 days, $39.95. Follow me. I tell you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. All I ask you, start making money. Please remember St. Jude.
Don't wait. Join Phil's Gang today and make profits. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy. Is your business prepared to respond to any emergency in the workplace? Well, you better be. Let over 30 years of law enforcement experience go to work for you. Boyd Investigative Group is here for all your business security needs. I know. I use them. They're terrific. Call today for your free confidential consultation. 941-724-4535. That's 941-724-4535. Or visit them on the website, BoydInvestigativegroup.com.
License number A1900020.
With the philsgang.com membership, we bring investors right to the floor, into the pits with Phil's daily live webinar classroom. Get inside market guidance on investing strategies. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Don't have time to analyze and study stocks? At philsgang.com, we recognize that there are all types of investors, and we also recognize that your time is valuable. So we offer investing programs for all individuals. We offer investing programs for long-term and short-term positions. And philsgang.com provides quick and easy to understand investing videos that only take a few minutes to watch. With the philsgang.com investing programs, you will learn technical stock charting, how to execute your trades, and most importantly, you will gain the confidence to know when to get out of a stock and take profits. Sign up at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or give them a call, 877-600-GANG. Why pay thousands of dollars for a weekend seminar when for only $39.95 a month? philsgang.com provides all the daily market investing information you need to make profits in the stock market. With over 40 years of investing experience, only Phil Grandy and the philsgang.com team provide daily live investing webinars, up-to-the-minute market updates, all the investing educational videos you can imagine. Don't hesitate to learn, invest, and make profits. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG, 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down, keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. And that's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now, worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days.
Welcome back. Are you ready to make profits in the stock market? Why not check out philsgang.com or give us a call, 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang. All right, I'm going to make you an offer. I know many of you have Microsoft and you have Apple. I know my gang members. Everybody's in Microsoft or Apple. But for you people who are not a gang member, and most of you don't know even what I'm talking about. When I started the show today, I was trying to make a point that the yields on the 10-year Treasury are dropping. They're now below 118. Last week they were at 135. And what that means is that if you're in Microsoft or Apple, those stocks should be soaring. Because when the yields go down, that benefits those stocks. Yield goes up, it doesn't benefit the stock. So today the yields went down and they didn't go up. So why don't you, for the next 10 days, just join the gang, go to philsgang.com, go to the Working Investor Group, and why don't you follow myself and Steve, who's head of our education department, and for the next 10 days, we'll guide you on those two stocks. Just join the gang, okay, free for 10 days, and you'll see that we'll always be right. I've been right so far, haven't we? I told you that these stocks aren't going to go up unless the Qs held at 365 for a full trading week with good volume. And I said it's not going to happen. I don't think it was going to happen. High probability it wasn't going to happen, and it didn't so far. Now, it may. But if it does, and it goes up, at least if you're always in Microsoft and Apple for the next 10 days, then we'll tell you when to buy it. Based on our color-coded chart. We'll tell you when to add to it, tell you when to sell it. So if you're in Microsoft or Apple for 10 days, you join the gang, it's free, and we'll guide you on those two stocks. And you can take advantage of everything else. You're a gang member now. You can take advantage of everything, all the programs. But my point is, I'll prove to you that Microsoft and Apple, you're going to make money if it goes up. If yields keep going down and it goes up, you're going to make money on the way up. If yields stay down and Microsoft and Apple don't go up and they start going back down, you're going to make money going down. Now, the only thing I'm asking you, I'll make this deal with you. It's free for 10 days. Just follow us. Just follow every day. We'll work with you on Microsoft and Apple so you know. All you got to do is go to our site for the alert. We'll alert you to exactly what to do. We'll hold your hand on those stocks for 10 days. There's no way you could lose money. I mean, how are you going to lose when we're focusing on those two stocks for you for 10 days? And you make money when it goes down, if it goes down. And you're going to learn more than if you went to Harvard. And you're going to learn that this market is terrific because it's rigged. It's terrific. I hope they never stop rigging this market. It's financially engineered. And all they do to make it so simple, just keep printing money. Keep printing. Just, until we have no trees left. If that's the case, and yields, they keep yields down by buying treasuries. And if we reach that point on, and I'll give it to you right here. If you go to the Qs, let me get it up here, and let's say it reaches 370. It's now 364. If it reaches 370, it doesn't drop again below 3. It just broke below 365. What I'm looking at, it's a 364 segment. But I've been right so far. I told you back on June 14th. I said, unless this can get above 365 and hold for 10 days, don't get into your tech stocks. So I've been right. So all we need now, okay, is for all you guys who are addicted and gals addicted to these two stocks, just wait till it gets up to 370. We'll let you know, and we'll guide you. I mean, that's all I want you to do is give some money to St. Jude if you make some money. That's all. So just go right now to my Working Investor Group, sign up philsgang.com, and for 10 days, again, if you're with Microsoft, if you have Microsoft or Apple, I don't care if you have 401k, you're going to be guided. These two, you will not lose money on these two stocks. The only thing you can do is make money, because we're going to be guiding you every day what to do with those two stocks. Because when I tell you about the yields up or down, you don't know what I'm talking about. I know that. I understand that. You have no clue. And you have no clue what it means that if, and I understand it's not your business. When I say to you, you know what? When the economy is bad, and the economy is real bad, but you're being lied to every day. Every day you're being lied to by these people on the fake business that were telling you how great the economy is. You heard, I played the cuts. I'm not going to waste my time playing them again, but you heard about how great everything is. No. The only way they're keeping the market up is keep printing more money. That's how they keep the market up. But the problem is it's destroying Main Street because it's inflationary. But they tell you, oh, it's temporary. My butt is temporary. That inflation has killed the people on Main Street who are on wages. So who does this benefit? Printing all this money and destroying Main Street, who does it benefit? Those who own these stocks. And who's that?
Who owns the stocks?
It's the people in the top, not just the top 10%, 1%, 1/10 of 1%.
It's the very rich. It's Wall Street. They don't give a damn about what happens to Main Street, how they're destroying it. So you get these guys on, they're such BSers, these jibber jabbers. Remember what he said? He said, well, the economy's doing good. And he says, the reason it's doing good, he said, because we got, what did he say? The consumer is strong. And he says they're strong because the higher stock prices. He says it's strong. The consumer is strong because of higher stock prices. The consumer is strong. Wait a minute. Hold on. Just 14% of Americans own a single stock. But he says that the consumer is so strong because of higher stock prices.
Has never been as strong as they are today. We saw that in last week's GDP number. We see that with high savings rates. We see that with low interest rates. We see that with higher stock prices.
Higher stock prices? No. He says that's why the consumer is strong? Wait a minute. Just 14% of Americans own a stock, even own a single stock. That's it. Now, there's 160 million people in our workforce. 44% of them have a 401k, but 50% of the 44% do not participate because they can't afford to because their wages aren't going up. Not like inflation. Are you kidding me? Inflation is killing them. Their wages aren't going up as fast as inflation. So he's a liar. Now let's talk about, he says the reason they're so strong because consumers have savings, tremendous savings. That's what the jibber jabber said. What are you, nuts? Savings? They don't have savings. When you take a look at the savings and break it down, who's got all the savings? The top 1 percentile. The 160 million people who are in our workforce, when they are 5 years away from retiring, they have $23,000. That's it. When they say savings, they make it sound like everybody's got $7 trillion in savings. What are you, nuts? The top 1% have the majority of the savings. 5 years, just 5 years away from retiring, people have the most, I averaged it out, the most $25,000. Are you kidding me? So he's telling you how great this is. He's got all this proof. He's got all this proof that these people are so strong because of low rates, because of high stock prices. Let's talk about the GDP. He says GDP. Wait a minute. Like I told you, the whole discussion came about because of last week. The numbers came out about the consumer, how much they were buying. And they said, well, the consumer, they're really buying a lot of stuff. No, they're not. The only reason why it looks like they're buying a lot of stuff because prices went up. But guess what? What he didn't report is unit sales. Sure, prices went up because a lot of prices are twice as expensive they were. But you really want the truth? I'll give it to you when I get back. Listen, Microsoft, Apple, you want guidance? 10 days free. Join right now.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. What if you could have an in-depth understanding of the stock market just like the pros? Well, thanks to Phil Grandy and philsgang.com, you can. philsgang.com offers comprehensive, up-to-date market information designed to help you understand and anticipate market behavior. With philsgang.com, you'll build your investing confidence even through down cycles and periods of uncertainty. Go to philsgang.com. philsgang.com today. 877-600-GANG. 877-600-4264.
Thinking about investing in the stock market? Go to philsgang.com, where we have over 50 years experience in trading and investing in the stock market. Phil's Gang teaches you how to make profits in the market with stock chart analysis, up-to-the-minute alerts, and always keeping you informed with professional guidance in long and short-term positions. Go to philsgang.com or call one of our professional staff to answer your questions. 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Stop wondering about your financial future and start doing something about it.
Hi, I'm Phil Grain at philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up. Never comes down. It keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. That's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now are the worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days.
Short on time but want to invest in the stock market? Let philsgang.com help you. For only $39.95 a month, you get complete access to all of Phil's powerful investing programs, videos, and resources.
That works for me. Log in, watch the videos, and make profits.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. philsgang.com. With the philsgang.com membership, we bring investors right to the floor, into the pits with Phil's daily live webinar classroom. Get inside market guidance on investing strategies. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Don't have time to analyze and study stocks? At philsgang.com, we recognize that there are all types of investors, and we also recognize that your time is valuable. So we offer investing programs for all individuals. We offer investing programs for long-term and short-term positions. And philsgang.com provides quick and easy to understand investing videos that only take a few minutes to watch. With the philsgang.com investing programs, you will learn technical stock charting, how to execute your trades, and most importantly, you will gain the confidence to know when to get out of a stock and take profits. Sign up at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or give them a call, 877-600-GANG.
I've been a Phil's Gang member since 2014. Over that time, I've generated over six-figure profits. Following Phil, his charting system has really been a huge impact on my career and my life. I would recommend Phil's Gang to the mom and pop out there. I would recommend it to parents teaching their children. I would recommend it to grandparents. If you really trust in their system, you will do well.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264. Welcome back. Are you ready to make profits in the stock market? Why not check out philsgang.com or give us a call, 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang. Again, my offer, if you're in Microsoft, you're in Apple, you're worried about those stocks, for the next 10 days, free. Just join our gang. We'll guide you on those two stocks for 10 days. How are you going to lose? You're going to make money if it goes up. You're going to make money if it goes down. We're going to guide you, just like we guide all our other members. Just sign up where it says, go to philsgang.com where it says Working Investor. And every day we go through each stock in our portfolio. And what I'm going to do is emphasize for the next 10 days, Microsoft and Apple. The majority of people own them. So how could that be a bad deal, for God's sakes? And all I ask, we start making money with them, please help St. Jude. That's all. So, you know, the market, they make it more difficult than it is because just like Washington, do you believe what Washington tells us? How about this mask deal? Do I have to wear a mask? Don't I have to wear a mask? I don't believe a thing that they tell us from Washington. So why would we be so lucky to believe anything that the fake business news networks tell us? These jibber jabbers, they're an extension of the crooks. Why do you think they print all this money, the Federal Reserve, when the economy is not doing well? I mean, think about it for a moment. The golden rule is never increase your money supplies when the economy is contracting, and it's contracting. I mean, look at the money they put in after 2008. Look at the money they put in 2012, 29 trillion alone. Look at the money they put in on March of 2020. 2020 March, remember what they did? They put in all kinds of money, trillions of dollars. Between Trump, he had, let's say, $6 trillion between Trump and Biden, and now Biden's going to do another 6 or 7, and it's going to even be more than that, they're saying. So all this is what's making this stock market go up. But they're going against their own guidelines. Both the House and the Senate banking committees, whose job is to make sure our economy's on sound footing, to monitor the Federal Reserve, which they can't tell them what to do, but they monitor them. And the Federal Reserve, their own mandate, their own golden rule, is never, when an economy is is contracting, like what happened between February 2020 and March, when the market went down 31%, and they did the opposite what they're supposed to do. They printed and plowed money in. Now, why would they do that when they know they're damaging Main Street? Because who are they working for? The 1 percentile. Congress should have stopped them. Congress should have stopped these companies with buybacks, stock buybacks, long ago. Because with these companies' buybacks, it screws Main Street. Because, see, before they could buy their own stock back to artificially push up their earnings and push up their stock price, they used to buy new equipment and give it to their employees to use so they could produce more. And when they produced more, their wages went up. That's all gone now. They don't do that. CEOs don't give the employees new equipment. They don't take that money and buy new equipment for them so they get wage increases. They take the money and they push it into stock buybacks. So these jibber jabbers are lying every day saying how great the economy is. No, what's great is the stock market, which is not the economy. It never is. The economy is about the future, not what it's doing today. But they convinced everybody the economy, the stock market, tells you how great the economy is today. No. But the golden rule, think about it. Never, to protect Main Street, never. When the economy is bad and you're laying people off, 22 million people, or any amount of people, you never print more money and take that money and increase money supply. Because if you do that, just like I gave you an example before, let's say you have 50 boats, and it takes 200 people to make 50 boats, to keep 50 boats online year-round, as they sell the inventory. They average 50 boats in their showroom all year. It takes 200 people at the plant. COVID hits. There's only 10 people at the plant. Now they're down to 5 boats. Now what does the Federal Reserve do? They turn around and they inject $29 trillion. That means people have a lot more money. So now you only got 5 boats and 10 employees working at the factory. So now you got all these people want to buy those 5 boats. So if the boat is worth $100,000, the price is going to go up to $200,000, right? That's inflation. What does that inflation do? It pushes up the stock price. All stocks go up. It's inflation that pushes up the stock price. What else does it do? It pushes up the assets of the rich. They have all kinds of assets, exclusive real estate. They have diamonds. They have art. They have platinum. They have all kinds of metals and material. They got all kinds of stuff. They want that. They want that inflation. So one's got to wonder, say, wait a minute, what's going on here? If the Federal Reserve always said, if you're going to lay people off in your economy, we're not going to put more money into the economy, because all that will do is we end up with too much money, chasing too little good. So what we're doing is we got all this money now chasing 5 boats. So the prices go up. But what else goes up? Prices on stocks goes up. Prices on diamonds go up. Prices on platinum go up. All the assets the rich have. In Congress, the Senate banking and House banking is supposed to protect us. It says right in its, go read it, right in its bylaws. It's supposed to make sure our economy's on a sound footing. But why don't they make sure the Fed keeps on a sound footing? Make sure they don't print all this money and put it into a contracting economy so that you're flooding all this money in there. So all of a sudden you got 500 people buying 5 boats because they're part of the 1 percentile. They're the ones who benefit. Nancy Pelosi in the stock market between March of 2020 and March of 2021, her net worth went from 40 million to 100 million in the stock market.
Who owns the stocks? It's the people in the top.
That's right, in the top. Nancy Pelosi, people in our Congress. People in our Congress. That's who own the stocks. The very, very wealthy. So what do? You don't sit and cry, boo-hoo, things are unjust. You should pray that they never change this. Because if we keep going on like this, look, we've gone up now for 13 years. What we got to hope is the guy on Main Street can keep surviving, that he doesn't come to the point. Now, please listen to what I'm saying. If he comes to the point where he has to make a decision between paying a car payment or paying his student loan or paying the mortgage payment, he can't pay one of them, he comes to that point, it's over. The market's going to go down 50 to 75%. But if they can keep doing all the stimulus to keep him alive, look what they've done. They're paying his back payments. They're paying his utility bills. But look, remember, they printed right away $10 billion so they could pay these people their back house payments and their mortgage payments, their utility bills, their association bill. As long as they keep doing this, maybe they're going to print another $100 million and pay everybody's school tuition. Who knows what these communist socialists are going to do? But that's okay. That means the stock market will keep going up. That's right. As long as we keep printing money until that point, it's going to be up till the point where they say, I got to make a decision what I can't pay, what I can pay. It's over then. But if they can keep printing money, take care of now they're talking about free college, free rentals. If you're renting something, it's going to be free. They want to keep this thing going. So why don't you, for the next 10 days, I'm reaching out to you, those people who are always in Microsoft and Apple, go to philsgang.com right now, okay, and join the gang where it says Working Investor, and for 10 days, we'll hold your hand through those 2 stocks. And you can enjoy all the services we give you, okay? We have a whole bunch of services, but that's the point. We'll guide you in the next 10 days through Microsoft and Apple free. Just help St. Jude if you make money, okay? All right, join right now, philsgang.com.
You have been listening to Phil's Gang with your host, Phil Grandy, on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Remember to visit Phil's website at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or call the office, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
It's up to me to